Hey everybody, it's Mama Soul Doc Maya Alapin. You know I'm not a medical doctor or a mental health care practitioner. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see my little tackle box. This is my hypnosis tackle box. And actually, the tackle box is a shout out to my dad, my late father, because he loved to fish. So this is all about the tools that I teach you in level one. So obviously it takes a lot more explanation than I can do in this video, but I just want to talk about the overview of what I'm going to be showing you. So one thing is how to get a client's resources out, because as everybody knows, or maybe you don't know, the resource is what allows a client to transform. A resource is what allows a client to go through the hypnotic process and come out with a significantly improved version of themselves that no longer does the habitually bad or, self-defeating actions that they came to stop. So finding resources and not making them up yourself and giving them to the client, but following the client and allowing the client to tell you what the resource is and then feeding it back to them, that is the real ticket, because 95% of hypnosis and coaching is here's an affirmation, you're worthy, you believe in yourself, whatever. And it's like giving someone a resource, but it's not theirs. What happens in hypnosis is clients come up with a resource that blows your mind. I've heard some crazy weird things. And my job is just to pick up on it, notice it, and then feed it back, and then maybe expand it. So I'm going to teach you how to do that, which is, I think, like one of the most gratifying parts of hypnosis, because it's like really uh, adventure into the field of possibility. Like the quantum field is where the resources lie, right? And if you allow your subconscious to interact with that, um, you can heal yourself. You can find out what really allows you to change. And so I'm going to teach you how to listen for that, how to spot it, how to help it get bigger, how to help it intensify. And obviously, you can also use it for yourself. Power words, the next one, is kind of like the next iteration of the resources. Not all resources are literal or language based. Resources can be all kinds of things, which makes me think that would make a great video. What kind of resources people come up with. But power words are words that a client might bring up themselves, use a lot, associate with certain things in their life. And so my job there again is to figure them out, help them identify them, say them back, allow more and more of that to fill the space. So again, it's really important to really think about how my process is client driven. It's client led. So I'm not interested in importing the power words. I'm interested in the client's own story and their own life. And then they're going to educate me about how they think about themselves. Same again with areas of meaning. So, like, what's so fascinating about doing this job is the same things don't matter to everyone. The same, religions, psychologies, experiences, travels, education, sexuality. I mean, it couldn't be more fascinating to observe the huge array of what's going on in the world, and also to really understand how each individual places meaning in their own life. And yeah, there are some, like, obvious areas that you can expect to emerge, but the truth is it's a personal mix for each person. And so again, when I'm working with the subconscious, when I'm examining and helping somebody to experience their own subconscious more and more, I'm interested in this topic of areas of meaning and areas of priority and areas of hierarchy and areas of the ways in which ideas have been categorized and conflicting ideas and non-conflicting ideas. So as you can see, there's like many layers of curiosity that I have when I'm working with somebody in their mind. One of the main tools that I use is the client-led method, and I think that really sets apart this approach from, I guess, the majority of different therapies because um, the idea here is not to become the expert before the client is the expert. So it's not about like, oh, I know about this kind of problem. Oh, I know about obesity. Oh, I know about smoking. Oh, I know about abuse. Oh, let me tell you some stuff that I know about that will help you. It's not led that way. It's not led from my perspective. It's led from the client's perspective, which is why we can go to where the client's experience really lies. Not around it, not, circumventing it, not pretending we're talking about it, but actually it, because it's a client-led experience. And frankly, the more I think about that, the more I'm not sure how it can be anything else. Because the only truth that exists for the client is theirs. So it's very important to understand how to run a client-led approach. And it's very important to learn how to unlearn all the things we've been told about what we do have to do and what we're expected to do. So that's part of the level 1 training too, is learning a disassociation and a detachment from the client that's really kind of radical and what allows trance and hypnosis to be powerful. And I do think that that's kind of tricky. And of course, my favorite tool, which should probably be at the top of the list, is it's unconscious. So learning, I call myself the unconscious mind whisperer sometimes, because when I'm using it, it's almost like I'm speaking another language, like it's a dialect. So the language of the subconscious is the unconscious moment. So that's what we talk about in the training is learning instead of how to read a script or how to dictate or how to, create an affirmation, but instead how to become completely immersed in the unconscious mind of the client such that their unconsciousness is obvious to you. And the way to do that is by observing the moments of unconsciousness, which are interspersed with the consciousness, of course, because it all comes as a package. So I would say learning the language of the unconscious without learning the language of scripting the unconscious. So it's not about a language pattern. It's not about some kind of formula, not NLP. Not that there's anything wrong with that if that's what you're into, but that's not what it is. It's a knack that you're going to have where you don't have to do anything except turn it on or experience it, and then it will be very easy for you to read. And that's what makes this kind of method approachable, because everything I have on the list here is supplied by the client. So the toolbox is extremely powerful because it's their toolbox. It's just a matter of I have to learn how to use it real quick in like 90 minutes or less. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, that's enough for my tackle box talk today. If you have any questions, please ask. I have level 1 coming up soon in July. So I have a free call you can do with me if you want to ask me questions. There's a link in my website and in my bio, or you can just message me. And also, I have a talk coming up on June the 10th at 7. And you can ask anything you want there. And I'm going to talk about the mind and hypnosis live. So please feel free to join in. Thanks for watching. This is Mama Soul Doc in Montreal, Quebec.